the best podcast.
Welcome to This is the Best Podcast, a podcast where we discuss all things that are the best. My name is Nick. Joining me as always is my bestie in besting, Dan.
That's right. I'm here again. And we're live. Well, not live.
We're alive right now.
We're alive.
We're alive, yes.
But this isn't a live podcast.
No, we don't have that capability yet.
But we're in person.
We're in person. I so much like this format better. I think it's going to give us so much of a better range of emotions I want to see the look in your eye when you tell me that something is the best.
In 3D.
In 4D, my God.
4D.
Yeah.
The dimension of time.
It's true. Should we just jump into this? You want to tell me something else, or should we just jump? First of all, what topic are we doing today?
We are doing best fashion accessory. Do you consider yourself a fashion plate?
You know what? I never was a fashion guy growing up because I was too pudgy for fashion. Fashion is a skinny man's game. But then as I got older, I really came to appreciate clothes. And it wasn't until, when did you start buying clothes for yourself? Because for me, my mom would always just buy me clothes when I was a kid. And I would always just go shopping with her because I was a kid. What are you going to do?
It was like always back to school shopping.
It was back to school shopping, but it was also like peppered in shopping here and there. Her main places were definitely Ross. Ross was the main place that we would go to.
Yeah, it was always back to school shopping, and it was always like I remember something around $100 per kid, and it was always Miller's Outpost.
Miller's Outpost was cool. That was the cool kid store.
Yeah, OP. Ocean Pacific was their brand.
That's true. I have such a sad story for Miller's. Was it Miller's Outpost? I forget where I got them exact. It was back to school shopping, and this was middle school for me. And I was never a name brand kid. My parents never bought me anything name brand, and plus I didn't even know about name brand. I didn't care about name brand stuff. And J.C. Penney? No. Payless was the shoe store, right?
Payless shoes.
Payless shoes. We went to Payless, and I found a pair of sneakers that I really thought were super cool. And they had like a Z instead of the Nike. Instead of a Nike that had a Z, they just took the end and just turned it on its head.
Right.
Zikes. And I thought they were so cool. And it was the first day of school. I showed up to school, and it's always like a stressful day when your first day of school. And I remember there's this kid in class who was like, he thought he was funny. His name was Brett. And he saw my shoes. He's like, ooh, nice shoes. You got a pair of Zorros there?
Well done, Brett.
Hey, don't encourage Brett.
Oh,
don't encourage him.
That's great. Yeah, we didn't do, I don't even know if Payless Shoes was around. Our go-to as kids was Kenny's shoes, and that was a non-brand.
I've heard of Kenny's shoes, but I never saw them.
Yeah, so it wasn't till, I don't know, college age years when I really started, getting all GQ-y.
Yeah.
And into it.
It wasn't even until past college. I was probably in my early 20s until I really I'm like, maybe you should start developing a sense of style.
Is that when you started buying LA gear?
That's when I got my LA gears. That's when I started shopping at the Weebach.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was Pacific Sunwear for me.
Wait, somebody gave me for my birthday, it was a gift certificate to Miller's Outpost, and I went there, and this was in the era of when corduroy pants were all the rage, and everything was corduroy, and I bought this exactly.
When you walk?
Yes, and I had a pair of corduroy pants, but I needed something to match with it, and I bought this rust yellow kind of, it was a towel material polo shirt. and I thought it was the coolest shirt ever. I used to wear it all the time, and I miss that shirt so much. Towel, terry cloth shirt, towels, polo shirts need to come back.
Yeah, well, maybe this podcast can bring them back. So we've got a couple pieces of business to cover. So if you're one of our favorite listeners and are already subscribing on any of the major podcast providing platforms, that's a lot of P's right there. Please continue doing what you're doing, and if you're new to the podcast, please subscribe and please find a way to let us know what you think of the podcast, of us, of our topics, and all that jazz. And you can do so easiest at this moment by hitting us up on Instagram. We do have an Instagram presence where you can also see some fun visuals that relate to our topic du jour. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. So yeah, hit us up on Instagram with your thoughts, your feelings, maybe your own ideas for future topics. We'd love to hear them. Now, having said all that, without further ado, let's get into the episode.
So let's get down to business. Let's get down to the brass tacks, as they say.
The whole 9 yards?
The whole 9 yards, the whole shebang-a-bang. Best fashion accessory. We're not... Did you do men or women, or did you stick to the fellas? Because I'm all over the place.
I think I think it applies to both. Yeah,
mine applies to both too. All right, great. Do you want to start, or should I?
I fear your choices, so I'm gonna start.
You should never fear my choices. You should welcome my choices.
Okay, I'm gonna start with eyewear.
You son of a... That's on my list.
See, that's why I tried to go first there. So, obviously, eyewear, that encompasses sunglasses and normal spectacles, even monocles back in the day. Mm-hmm. Don't see them very often anymore.
Where do you come down on spectacles that got they tint in the sunlight?
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
That's great. Day to night, you got it. Now, I chose eyewear because, you know this, but probably our listeners don't. I used to wear glasses without prescriptions.
This is true. I knew Dan for several years, and he always wore glasses. It was one night when you just realized, just like, what? Where you just like, oh, these glasses I wear, they're just toys, basically.
They were purely for fashion.
They're just for fashion.
Purely for fashion.
My eyes work fine, and like my whole world was completely rocked. I'm like, what? What else don't I know? Everything is a lie.
Yeah, everything is a lie. Welcome to reality. But yeah, now I do have prescription glasses, so I'm legit. But man, how it can change an entire look.
It really does.
And especially sunglasses. Put on a pair of aviators, look out.
One thing I've noticed with you, with sunglasses, with glasses in general, I always, with glasses, I put people in a couple of different categories. There are the people that you're wearing glasses, but your glasses are also kind of like tools. So people take them off. I've seen them stir some coffee with the end of it.
Right.
They like to chew on them to kind of make a point, to look inquisitive. They move them around. They become an extension of themselves. You never did that. Yours are on and they staying on. They never come off.
That's right. I was just while you were talking about that, I was just thinking, give an actor a pair of glasses.
Oh yes.
Watch an actor in any movie, TV that's wearing glasses. They'll do a lot of that stuff. They're taking them on and off. They're fiddling with them. They're doing all this stuff. Not many people do that, in my experience.
I think you're right. I don't. Yeah, I don't wear glasses. I wear sunglasses, but yeah, I don't take them off to if I see like an alien mothership, I don't like take them off and go, oh my god.
I should say I stopped spending actual money, like decent amounts of money on sunglasses after I lost a few pairs of because sunglasses just, to me, I don't know. I just never took care of them. Never paid them much heed.
There's a ratio. The more money you spend on sunglasses, the higher the probability you will lose them.
Yeah, I'm like, I buy a 2-pack of blue blockers through Amazon, and I still have them for years.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, you see my thing of sunglasses right there. Most of them I got them for like $2 or like $5 over at a gas station. I still have them.
There you go. So that's my first pick, eyewear.
Excellent pick. You stole my pick, you jerk. But it's okay. My first pick, go with me on this one, Dan. I was introduced to this by the television show Dynasty back in the 80s or 90s, whatever that show was on. I'm going to go The Rich Woman's Turban.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a movie like a rich lady? Usually, and they'll have like a top on, but they'll have a matching turban.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's usually maybe a jewel in there.
Sometimes with jewels, sometimes not.
Yeah, my favorite is like they got the outfit, they got the turban on, they're sitting in front of a mirror with a bunch of lights on it, and then like they're drinking something and saying like, "You don't know what it's like to be me."
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of mommy dearest.
Very mommy dearest stuff. They were like
Betty Davis situation.
One step away of like taking a drink and like throwing it into an open fireplace or something like that.
Now, does that fall into the category of hats?
That will go, yes, I would put it in the category of hats, but specifically, I want to do the rich woman's turban. So if you have hats, I'll give you a hat, but the turban, the wealthy woman turban, I'm keeping that one. That's mine.
Well, I think you just should expand that universe to the wild hats at the Kentucky Derby.
Oh,
I mean, you should just say rich women's.
But
headwear.
My cat's going insane, guys.
Yeah, I hope that sounds
Yeah,
shows up on the audio.
Yeah. See, no, I think it's different because for this one, I feel like this is an I'm at home turban versus the Kentucky Derby hats. Those are I'm showing off to people.
Okay, all right.
So
fair enough.
I'm differentiating them. This is an at home mommy dearest turban. Oh my god.
I don't know if we're gonna edit that out.
Nah, let it stay in. All right, that's
Hobbs, the cat Hobbs.
That's my cat Hobbs. He's the best cat. All right, rich woman turban. That's my number one.
All right, my number two. I'm gonna go neckwear. Now that encompasses ascots, cravats, ties, including bow ties, but not scarves. I don't consider scarves neckwear. Scarves have a totally different purpose.
You're right. No, you're right. I'll give you that. A scarf and a neckwear. Neckwear feels for fashion purposes. A scarf is, well, traditionally because it's cold. Traditionally.
But still, a tuxedo, a nice tuxedo with those white silky scarves.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic look.
That's a cool look.
That's a fantastic look. But like growing up, yeah, you couldn't put me in a tie. Right?
Really?
Right.
Growing up, I didn't know how to tie a tie.
Oh, yeah, as I got older, man, once I learned how to tie a tie, give me any excuse to throw on a tie, I'll throw on a tie. Especially a bow tie. Once you learn how to tie those, you want to wear it all the time. I
had a bow tie one time. I did learn how to tie it, but it's just like I feel like a bow tie. That's a lanky man's fashion accessory.
That's your second reference.
Yeah. I'm just if you guys can't tell, I'm just very jealous of skinny man, basically.
But I gotta say, as far as accessories go, neckwear must have its own accessory. The pocket square.
Wait, that was going to be on my list. You can't take pocket square.
I can't take them both?
You can't take them both because I'm going with pocket square. And we will get to pocket square.
Oh, well, all right then.
All right. So, wait, now, when I was a kid, I didn't have ties. I just used my dad's ties. And he had I don't even know. They were like 70s, 80s-ish ties, and that's kind of where he said he didn't. My dad really never went shopping.
Were they skinny ties?
No, only one of them was. The rest of them were kind of. They were like, I don't even know how to describe them. They were just kind of like, I guess, somewhat Kramer-esque ties. Just kind of odd. And I never really cared for ties too much. I never really got into them. But when I started buying clothes for myself, I discovered the world of ties. You know, they got a little bit skinnier. They definitely got a little bit more trendier. And then now I love ties.
A little tie clip action?
I do. Where do you stand on tie clips?
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I love me a good tie clip. But I don't like me I like me a plain, simple bar tie clip. I don't like, overly too much pizzazz.
Trying too hard, tie clip.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. I have a very good family friend. Very sweet guy. He has a tie clip with a chain on it. I'm like, what is this? It's not a nipple piercing here. It's a tie clip.
I could go off on a tangent about chains and fashion accessories that have chains.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe we should save that for later.
Yes, we should. I think we have. This might be the episode we have the most crossover.
Maybe.
But yeah, ties and
so neckwear. I wear neckwear for me so far. Mm. And you've got rich woman's turban.
Now, I did buy an ascot for the very first time for a Halloween costume. I am all about it now.
Yeah, you're wearing it right now with a t-shirt. Yes, just interesting choice.
That's what I do. It's what I do. Okay. My number 2, since we already mentioned it, the pocket square. Now, they're called pocket squares, but they've really evolved. Do you have a particular style when you have a pocket square? Because it's like, they have the type, it's just like peeking out a little bit over the suit. They have the triangular one, and I've seen kind of like the drunken man's where it's like, it's spilling out, it's almost vomiting out of your pocket. And that actually does work too.
It does work, especially... that's great if you're wearing the button-up shirt slightly unbuttoned.
Yes.
And so you're just looser.
Yeah.
And so your pocket square shouldn't be folded all tight and nice. It should be kind of loosely tucked in.
Yeah. I like that. I do like the move too, because I like, I'm a man that will take my glasses off. I would also like to take my pocket square out and like dab myself if I'm trying to if I'm getting sweaty or making a point or something. And like stuff, or if I'm trying to like make a point to the jury or something.
I was just gonna say that you're perfect in the Southern Court.
Yeah, if I'm a Southern Court and say
Birmingham.
Yeah, and then like you make your point and then like you stuff it back in. But yeah, I think the pocket square, and I like a really funky looking pocket square. I have a couple of them and they're all very colorful and all that stuff. And I think if you have a very basic kind of look, like a black suit, white shirt, if you have a black shirt, like in a solid colored shirt, black suit, solid colored shirt.
Get it out.
Yeah, hold on, I'm having a stroke here. And like a really cool, funky looking pocket square can really just tie it. Just a little bit of an accent piece that really ties the look together.
That's the thing. And if your suit's a little fancier or more colorful, you want to go more basic with your pocket square.
I would absolutely. I would agree. So much fun with the pocket square. That's my number 2.
Good choice. All right, my third one. Oh, I'm going back and forth. I'm going to throw this in. Because, on occasion, I've been known to wear a kilt.
Yes.
Now, the kilt is not the fashion accessory. The fashion accessory is the sporran.
Oh, is that the pouch in the front?
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, it's called a sporran. Because, in a kilt, no pockets. What are you going to do? You got to wear the sporran. Now, they're fancy sporrans with a lot of bells and whistles. That's all well and good, but a simple, nice leather sporran, can't beat it.
Does the sporran actually go around you like a belt, or does it attach just in the front?
It is attached to your belt, more or less.
Okay.
In the back. Little chains.
Okay.
Chains again.
The chains, yeah. Chains are pretty sweet, yeah. That thing, I had no idea it was called a sporran. So how, do they have different sizes of sporrans, or are they just basic size?
They do, and some of them are like hard leather, and you could barely put anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe your wallet and your cell phone,
Uh-huh.
right? And there are others that are more almost purse-like, that are kind of a softer leather material, so they can kind of expand a little bit.
I'm really surprised I haven't seen more customization with the sporrans.
Oh, they're out there. You just not looking.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I would see them the same way as like Texans do belt buckles. Just
Oh, sure. No, they're. I mean, there's ones that have long horse hair coming off of them.
Yeah,
like,
those I've seen.
Big to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are cool. Those are sporran. Ooh, we're learning something every day now. Very cool. What an interesting pick. My third pick, Dan, and this is my de facto pick because you took sunglasses from me. I'm going gloves.
Oh, gloves was on my list that I left at home.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, gloves. I think it's unfortunate we're living in a time where we don't really appreciate gloves as much. But throughout the time, gloves, just various differences in them, and they have such a myriad of tool uses for them. There's the driving gloves. If you're a punk rocker, you have the fingerless gloves. If you're a golfer, you have one glove.
If you're Michael Jackson,
popularized
sequined glove.
The sequin glove. But that was by the way, that's how you know everybody was a wuss in the 80s. That was the hardest look you can have. One sequenced glove back in the 80s. But I always loved, one thing I wish would always make a comeback, I love the idea of driving gloves. You know, back in the day when driving was a gentleman's sport. You know?
Right.
Just like you got your cool page boy hat, and then you got to put your gloves on, and you just drive your, through the countryside or something like that.
Yeah, because they didn't know how to put, any sort of material to give any gription on the steering wheel, so you had to wear gloves.
Oh, I didn't know that. Realized that was probably a thing.
Probably, yes. But I don't know. That's not factual. Please don't fact check us. Actually, do fact check us.
Yeah, only if we're right though. If we're wrong, keep it to yourself.
But no, I was reading a little bit about gloves, and I think this is back in almost I think Victorian era. You know, the ladies with their nice gloves.
Mm-hmm.
That was very popular because they wanted at times hide their hands if they actually did manual labor to cover up their hands, so they would always have the graceful look about them.
Interesting. Where do you come down on with women with those long gloves like the Marilyn Monroe ones? You think that's a hot look?
No, I don't think so. It's a sophisticated look, but I wouldn't call it hot. What I do like is those little lacy short gloves. Those
are hot. Yeah, those are more fun. But I'm with you on that one. Those long gloves, I'm like, that's kitschy, but take the glove off. But those lace ones, especially like in the 80s and stuff, punk rock lady, it's like teased hair.
Yeah, even Madonna. Yeah. Come on.
Oh yeah. I'm a big fan of that. Well, that's my third pick. Gloves.
I like it.
Gloves. Was that your third too?
Yeah, I went first.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, we got our best out of the way. We got to figure out the worst.
Yeah, why don't you go your worst first?
This was the very first thing that actually came to my mind when you even suggested today's episode. I'm going the wallet chain.
Oh, okay. We're gonna keep this crossover.
Okay.
Because that is also.
That's yours too.
I mean, I've told you we can get into chains.
No, yeah.
So
I figured
this is the chain talk.
This is the chain talk. Yeah, we don't need two separate ones. That's fine. I'm good with just one. Wallet chains came into fashion when I was in middle school. I mean, unless the Zoot Suit days, if they were doing wallet chains then. But my first experience with wallet chains was baggy corduroy pants with the wallet chain, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever at the time. Looking at it now, I'm like, that's such a. There's a chain on your wallet.
So we're talking like 93 through like 95.
Yeah, around then.
Yeah.
That's when I was exposed to wallet chains.
So I was, heavy metal wearing
Mhm.
freaking combat boots. Wallet chains came around.
Mm-hmm.
So I had one of those. And that decision was actually because I went and saw a movie and my wallet actually fell out of my pocket in the movie theater.
Oh.
And I realized after I was already driving home, went back to the movie theater, told them. They let me back into that theater and I actually found my wallet.
Oh, cool.
But since wallet chains were a thing, I was like, I'm going to solve this problem in perpetuity and get myself a wallet chain, which I did. Now that was working out so well for me.
Uh-huh.
I was into like the whole idea of a timepiece with a chain.
I'm board with you on that one. I think that's a cool look.
It is a cool look if you're dressed up in a
Right.
3-piece and you've got your little timepiece in your vest pocket.
Right.
So you got that little chain there.
Yeah.
Now when you're just delivering pizzas and you have yourself a timepiece on a chain, it's not appropriate.
If my pizza guy showed up with the timepiece chain, I'm like, this pizza guy is going places.
Well,
okay?
I was that pizza guy.
You showed up with the chain?
Oh, I had the chain wallet and I added the timepiece with the chain on it.
But that was off to your hip. It wasn't on the front.
It wasn't on the front.
Okay.
It was both going. So I had 2 chains.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? 2 chains, Dan? Why stop there?
Shut up.
So I put my keyring on a chain. Now, all the chains were different lengths, so they would cascade
Right.
with different arcs.
You had 3 chains.
Oh, yeah, and combat boots. So when I walked around, dude, it was heavy thumping and just chains jangling.
Wow.
Long hair, goatee, all of it.
I knew a guy.
Terrible. I thought it was the coolest thing
You
back
gotta
then.
you gotta show me a picture of this, please.
I should reenact it for you.
Please do. I knew a guy. I had to work late at this one job, late night thing. It was a bunch of kind of like roadie type of guys, and there was this one guy. He was like 6'5", this enormous Samoan guy. I think they even called him Samoan, and
They just called him
that
what
was
he was?
Yeah, that was just his nickname or something. Like it was like Samoan Jim.
That is such a lazy nickname.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't, whatever. I think it was just accurate. His name was Jim and he was Samoan, so it was what it was.
There you go, fair enough.
He's all like, he had a chain, a wallet chain, but, there's the fashion chain, which is kind of small and slender, so he went to Home Depot and got himself like a chain you would do if you're like towing a truck or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
He had a full-size chain on, and I was like, what the hell? He's just like, you gotta protect my wallet, man. I was like, you're 6'5". Who's messing with you, dude? Who's really going for that wallet? He's like, you never know. You never know, brother.
Never can tell. I'll tell you this also, so many times when I was in my chain phase, you sit down, you're out shopping somewhere, and you sit down on one of those benches that's made of metal, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like metal ribbons.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell you how many
You got
times
stuck.
I get up to go, and you got that tug
How
at
many-
your hip because your chain is fucking stuck.
I can't tell you how many times my belt loops in my pants get hooked into door handles.
Door handles.
Yeah, it's just like I'll get close to a door, I'll just swap, and it just catches me right there.
That's a new one, folks.
No, it happens.
Does it?
I've seen it on the internet. It happens.
On the internet.
If I had a chain wallet, I couldn't even imagine how many times I would just hook myself on random crap all
You'd
the time.
probably be dead.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah. Well, so we agree on the worst.
We're in agreement on this is a first. We're in agreement on the worst.
Fantastic.
the belt chain. No,
The
the wallet chain.
The wallet chain. Anything attached to a chain.
Yeah, don't do it, guys. I think A for effort, but there's better ways to look like a
Or
badass.
ladies, don't do it. The time has passed.
I don't even think I've seen too many ladies do it. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a lady with a wallet chain, or even just a chain in general.
If you're a lady out there listening and you did in the past or do currently, hit us up. We want to hear your story.
Just one last thing on chains. You're a comic book guy.
Yeah.
I'm sort of, but I remember I saw like a picture of what's his name, Luke Cage,
Yeah.
and in his original look in the 70s, he had a chain belt.
Yes. Yeah,
His belt was literally a chain.
Yeah. Power Man and Iron Fist. Yeah, those comics were great.
Yeah, so I was like, it looks intimidating in comic form, but I was like, that's gotta kill your back when you sit down. You know, your lower back especially. My God, you're just leaning up against a giant chain.
That's why in movies they always have to redesign comic book
It makes
characters,
sense. It does make
outfits,
sense.
for sure.
Okay, that's our worst. We got to figure out the best, Dan.
Yeah.
What are you leading with?
Oh, I'm gonna go eyewear. I'm gonna do eyewear.
That's a solid pick. That is definitely a solid pick. I'm debating. I either want to go with pocket square or the more ridiculous pick, which is the rich woman's turban.
Yeah, the rich woman's turban at this point sounds a little more like the pool attendant, if you know what I mean.
The pool attendant.
That would be a dark horse win.
But legitimately, that's what I was thinking of that when you first told me that. No, I don't care. I'm going with the rich woman's turban.
That's what they say. Always go with your first instinct.
I'm going with the rich woman's turban. That's going to be my best.
All right. Are we
get the die of destiny? No. We've officially moved on. We're doing die toss now.
Upgrade.
This is a 12-sided D&D die. The best die of destiny.
Made of pure gold.
That's right.
Am I rolling it on your notepad there?
Go for it.
All right. A 6.
All right. Shouldn't be too hard to beat. Come on, turban. 4. Even when we got rid of the stupid coin, I can't win these things.
The die never lies.
It's already got a cool rhyme, too. The die never lies. Dan has beat me yet again.
Wow.
Somebody keeping track, I think you're like, I've won 2, and then you've won everything else. It's insane. So, Dan has won. Eyewear is officially the best piece of fashion accessory.
Excellent.
This is actually a whole really fun episode.
Absolutely.
That being said, my name is Nick.
This is Dan.
This has been the best podcast.
This is the best podcast.